All right, let's talk about one of the most famous cocktails on the planet. Today, we're going to shake up the history of the margarita. And trust me, its story is a wild one, filled with mystery, a little bit of old Hollywood glamour, and a twist you probably won't see coming.
But first, a quick question for you. When you think margarita, what comes to mind? Probably a beach, right? Hot sun, that kind of thing. So, what if I told you that its official holiday, the day we're all supposed to celebrate it, is actually in the middle of winter?
Yep, you heard me right. February 22nd. So, what gives? Why on earth would we celebrate this classic summer drink when it's freezing outside? Well, the reason is actually pretty cool and kind of sweet. Believe it or not, you can thank a commercial real estate agent named Todd McCullough for this. Back in 2008, he was just looking at the calendar, at that dreary end of February, and he basically thought, you know what? People need something to look forward to. His solution? The margarita. I mean, his idea was just brilliant. Let's create a day that injects a little bit of summer sunshine right into the middle of the winter gloom. And the margarita, with all its tropical vibes, was the perfect choice. It's like a delicious promise that warmer days are right around the corner. Okay, so the holiday's origin is surprisingly simple, but the drink itself, oh, that is a whole other story. That's where things get really interesting and really, really, really fuzzy. The actual history is this wild cocktail of competing claims and legends. This is the big question, right? Who actually came up with it? And the honest answer is, we don't know for sure. Several different people have claimed it over the years, and honestly, every single one of their stories is fantastic. So, let's play detective for a minute. We're going to investigate the three main contenders, the three main suspects in the invention of the margarita. Each story has its own vibe and just adds another layer of intrigue to the whole legend. So we've got the tale of the allergic actress back in 1938. Then there's the story of the socialites party a decade later in 1948. And finally, there's a whole theory about something called the Spanish Daisy from the 1930s. Let's dive in. Our first stop is Tijuana, 1938. There's this restaurant owner, Carlos Danny Herrera, and he has a regular customer, a Ziegfeld dancer named Marjorie King. Now, the legend says she was allergic to every kind of spirit except tequila. Problem was, she couldn't stand drinking it straight. So Danny got creative. He took the basic elements of a tequila shot, the salt and the lime, and turned them into a single refreshing cocktail. And he named it the Margarita, which, get this, is the Spanish version of the name Marjorie. Okay, next up, we jump ahead to Acapulco in 1948. A wealthy Dallas socialite named Margarita Sames is throwing one of her huge parties. She wanted to whip up a new signature drink for her guests, and after some trial and error, she landed on a mix of tequila, Cointreau, and lime juice. Well, one of her guests just so happened to be Tommy Hilton, as in the Hilton Hotels. He loved the drink so much, he immediately added it to his hotel menus, and that's what really gave the margarita its first big break. Those are two great stories, right? Full of glamour. But what if the real origin is much, much simpler than all that? Some drink historians think the answer has been hiding in plain sight this whole time, right in the name itself. Now, to get this theory, you need to know about a popular style of cocktail from way back when called a daisy. A daisy wasn't a specific recipe. It was more of a formula. 1 part spirit, 1 part citrus, 1 part sweetener. You could order a brandy daisy, a whiskey daisy. You probably see where this is headed. So a tequila daisy would have been tequila, lime, and a sweet liqueur. And what is the Spanish word for daisy? Margarita. It's totally possible that during Prohibition, when Americans were flocking south of the border for a legal drink, someone simply ordered a tequila daisy, and the name just got lost in translation. But no matter which story you believe, the margarita's rise to global fame was just getting started. A key invention in the 1970s was about to revolutionize how we drink margaritas and turn it into the phenomenon we know today. So the story goes it's 1971, and a Dallas restaurant owner named Mariano Martinez has a problem. His blended margaritas are so incredibly popular that his bartenders just can't keep up. One day, he stops at a 7-Eleven, sees a Slurpee machine, and has a total light bulb moment. He went out, bought a soft-serve ice cream machine, modified it, and created the world's very first frozen margarita machine. And get this, that original machine, his clever fix for a bartender headache, is now on display at the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History. That's right, the frozen margarita machine is officially considered a piece of American history. How incredible is that? So we've talked about actresses, socialites, and Slurpee machines. It has been a pretty wild journey, but it all really leads back to one big question.
After all of this, does it really matter who the one true inventor was? Maybe the beauty of the margarita isn't in finding a single correct answer. Maybe it's in all the different stories and legends that have popped up around it over the years. In the end, maybe the best cocktails are just like the best stories. They're even better with a little bit of mystery. The margarita is more than just a drink. It's a reminder to have fun, celebrate the good times, and find a little bit of summer, no matter what the calendar says. Cheers to that.